Big breaking news this morning. Mikel Arteta has agreed a new 3-year deal at Arsenal Football Club, as revealed by David Ornstein. He says Mikel Arteta agrees a new 3-year contract as the Arsenal manager. The Spaniard was in the final 12 months of his previous deal, but any uncertainty now removed. Fresh terms will run until 2027. And in Mr. Ornstein's words, a huge boost for Arsenal before the North London derby. And as ever, look, hit the like buttons. Make sure you are subscribing. Make sure if you haven't done it yet, get the bell notifications turned on so you know when we go live, so you know when new content is on its way to you. But this is massive news. It really, really is big news, because I think it works on two folds here. There are some that believe in Arteta. There are some that don't. So it's big news for both parties. Some will see it as fantastic. He can continue the project. He can continue to work towards the promised land, their end goal of trophies, which many an Arsenal fan believe he will accomplish. They believe he'll win many big trophies and become a legend at the football club. Of course, let's be fair and balanced. There are some Arsenal fans that don't rate him, that do not believe that he will get to the end of the rainbow, as it were, that do not believe that he will achieve what is necessary at Arsenal. So first of all, I want to gauge your views. I want to gauge your opinions. I want to know what you think and feel about this deal in the comment section below. I think in terms of it being a big boost ahead of the North London derby, look, we know clubs are brilliant at doing this, especially when there's a little bit of turbulence and a few problems going on. Football clubs love to come out and put some good news out there. So what a great time to release it ahead of the weekend. It is where the focus will suddenly be. And maybe it takes a little bit of pressure off of the players ahead of what is still a very, very big game indeed. But I don't think it changes too much whatsoever, personally. I didn't feel that he was at any risk of leaving at the end of this 12-month period. However, I think he still has to go out there and win major trophies. I think if you're a Gooner and you think, well, he's done a new 3-year deal, that means if we don't win this season, if we don't win next season, he's probably still going to be here. And as we discussed last night on Heated, it's all about the context of the situation. You have to apply context to these circumstances. So I don't look at this personally and think, what, Arsenal now assign themselves up for continual failure. If the team regresses, if the team doesn't win, if they have bad seasons, if the manager makes terrible decisions, he can still lose his job if Arsenal needs to move on. But what it does do is it shows faith in this manager. It shows that right now, we believe in you. We believe in the direction that you're going in. And the one thing I would say is this. It doesn't appear that the dressing room has lost faith in this manager in any capacity, irrespective of what some media outlets say and what some Arsenal fans have to say about the situation. I think this is positive news for Arsenal. However, the one area I do agree with when it comes to Arteta's detractors is he has to start adding trophies. Pick up a Carabao Cup this season. Pick up an FA Cup. Maintain yourselves in the title running. I mean, maybe try and win one of the big ones as well along the way, but start picking up those trophies. It will essentially get the monkey off your back, to coin the phrase. It addresses the elephant in the room, and it helps you move on, and it helps you progress, because Arsenal are now at a stage where it is, I think Arteta and Edu can be assessed for getting the club back to a level where it can compete. And I think they've done an excellent job in doing that. And to ignore that element, I think, is absolutely ridiculous if you look at where Arsenal were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. However, expectations progress. And now what I think Arsenal fans should be pushing for, demanding, requesting, is that they go to that next level and start winning those major trophies. And I'm sure, by the way, in reality, Mikel Arteta himself is sitting there and thinking, well, I need to go and do that. I need to win as well. But it does help to have a few years remaining on your contract as opposed to it running down. And I think we discussed this a lot yesterday when it came to the situation with sort of the injury crisis and everything else. This is where the manager earns his money. He's got the new deal now. So how does he get through with no Odegaard, no Rice, no Calafiori, no Moreno? This is where you really see what he's worth. And looking at the reactions here on socials to David Ornstein's news, you've got the Peak Santi is happy. Football Talk has said here, these are just replies here saying great for the Gunners. Igal here has said, my manager is not going anywhere. Haters keep crying. Hamza has responded here saying, rewarding a contract when Arteta has not won a league is shocking. What else can we see here? Sam says, good morning, David, you beautiful man. Thanks for the news. Sparks TV says, great news. What else can we see here? Just want to gauge a reaction here from individuals. There's a lot of screenshots. The best wedding present I could have got. That is from the Guna Girl. By the way, Guna Girl is getting married today. I read this earlier. I did read this earlier on today. She put a tweet out and said to Arsenal saying she's getting married today to Guna Nation. They met on Twitter and now they're getting married. That's great. That's amazing. So congratulations to them. And she states that this is great, great news indeed. And look, a lot of Arsenal fans seem happy about it. Look, there'll also be some that'll be really angry too. There'll also be some that'll be really, really, really angry, really, really, really frustrated as well. And look, I think so from my perspective and my point, look, it is what it is. But I want to gauge, I was just reading some of them comments. I just want to gauge what you think and feel. I want to gauge your opinions on this situation. Does it change? Not change how you feel about Arteta? Because in the group chat earlier on today, a few of the guys were saying it's all or nothing now. He's got the new deal. He's been backed. Lots of money is spent. He's got to get himself over the line. Is that personally how you see it? As I've said, and I could end up being wrong, if we just look at this in the short term, City away is a tough game even with a fully fit squad. But I fully expect Arsenal to win 4 of their next 5 games, even with some of these injuries. Rice will be back for some of it. I expect them to win. It's as simple as that, and I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to start talking about this Arsenal team like they're a bunch of scrubs. They're title contenders. They are literally, and in the last 2 seasons it's proven it, a handful of points away from one of the greatest English sides of all time. So the confidence should certainly be high. But in the medium term, look, Arteta has done some really good things to get Arsenal back to where they are right now, but he has to go one step further. And context, yes, context has to be applied. But at the same time, and I'll go back to what Connor, who's an Arsenal fan, said on the Football Terrace a number of months ago. I don't like to plagiarise other people's opinions. And I thought it was maybe the most honest assessment of the situation. He said he'd move on from Arteta, not because he hasn't done a great job getting us to where we are, not because he doesn't like him, but he would take the risk of a change to try and go that one step further. Arsenal haven't agreed with that directive per se. They're saying, no, we're going to give this another go with Arteta to get us over the line. And fair enough, that's the risk they're taking, and they believe it's going to happen. But I want your views and I want your opinions in the comments section below. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again very, very soon.